Ladies and gentlefish, pack your bags and unsubscribe because I called you a gentlefish, because we're going to Cayo Perico. That's the official name of the December 2020 update for GTA Online that's going to give us our first ever map expansion as we go to the island of Cayo Perico to pull off the biggest heist ever. Now, fun fact, in case you didn't know, Cayo Perico actually means parakeet. So this is Parakeet Island that we're going to pull off a really big heist on. And if you think about it, this actually lines up with a lot of those GTA 6 leaks about South America. Why would Rockstar all of a sudden do that? Kind of interesting. If y'all enjoy and you're excited for this map expansion, give it a thumbs up because we're going to go through everything. We're going to break down the trailer and take a look at our first ever expansion for GTA Online. Prepare to infiltrate the remote island compound of the world's most notorious drug dealer and Grand Theft Auto Online's most daring and action-packed edition yet, the Cayo Perico Heist. It's up to you to find a way to breach Cayo Perico, one of the most secure private islands in the entire world, evade or neutralize heavily armed security forces stationed there, and escape with as much valuable evidence, along with as much art, gold, and drug money that you can possibly carry. Choose your tools, choose your approach, choose your crew, or even go entirely alone. Just make it back to Los Santos in one piece. The Cayo Perico Heist is the biggest GTA Online adventure ever, introducing an all-new exotic heist location with a brand new approach to heist design that features the ability to play everything solo or with up to 3 other players. Plus, you can acquire new vehicles and tactical weapons, experience new social spaces to dance and party with your friends, and new world-class guest DJs, and listen to new radio stations with over 100 new songs. Oh, and a very large, very versatile, and very heavily armed submarine HQ with plenty of other surprises. Stay tuned for more details as you prepare for the Cayo Perico Heist. So I just read to you everything that you can check out on Rockstar's Newswire, and wow, this is amazing. I know a lot of y'all hate on me when I read lots of things like this, things that y'all can do. I should just summarize it, but a lot of y'all also say, hey, we enjoy you reading this to us and talking to us about it. Kind of weird, I know. But out of everything that I just read, the main things that I want y'all to gather up in case you didn't is that this remote island that yesterday we were thinking is called El Rubio possibly, which means the blonde, who's probably this drug dealer who lives on Cayo Perico. But yeah, the island is called Cayo Perico. Who would have thought that that would be our very first ever map expansion name in Grand Theft Auto? Now, moving on, there's also going to be military grade everything from weapons to vehicles and even a big submarine HQ. So we might be able, just by reading this, to purchase the submarine that we've used in heists and that we know has appeared in Grand Theft Auto 5 in the past. But to buy a submarine as an HQ, I think would be really, really cool. And lastly, we're going to be getting new DJs and new radio stations and over 100 new songs. So thought that was pretty cool and pretty amazing there. It's pretty neat to see how this is going to pan out for the first time. Now, Rockstar also provided us with a trailer, and instead of just playing that through to avoid any copyright issues, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to slow it down and we're going to break it down as it goes. So the first scene that we have here is of a beach, which is pretty cool. Kind of puts into perspective also how big the map is. You can see kind of in the distance just more areas of the map to explore. So this isn't going to be just a small North Yankton sized update. Now, as it progresses on, we also see a hillside with mansions or just this giant compound. Then we get a nice balcony view of the ocean, which I think is really nice. I hope the water's bright and baby blue. Then we can also see, as we're moving on here, a radio tower atop a hill. And again, this is one of those scenes that just puts into perspective with the draw distance how big this map actually is. I'm thinking it's probably going to be half the size of Los Santos. But we also see, as it goes on, some sort of awning or a roof. Then we get another beach view. This looks like a party area. And then we see something really cool. This looks to be one of our first vehicles that's going to be added. We see some boat docks, but also a dinghy with a machine gun turret on the front. Then we get another view of some docks in the same area, and overall just pretty neat there. And as it moves on, we see probably the coolest scene, in my opinion, and it's a jet flying over the entrance to this island. And what's cool about this is it makes you just wonder, how are we going to get to the island and things like that we'll talk about later on in the video. But this island in and of itself seems to be inspired by one of Pablo Escobar's own real-life places. And as it moves on, we see our first clip of some military-grade vehicles and also some newer ones that also look really old that fit this like South American tropical setting that we have going on. We also see really briefly a short clip of an office that looks really cool. It looks like a Solomon Richards type office. And then as it moves on, we see a big gathering on a beach, Far Cry vibes there, and then we get a huge transition. We see missiles, computers, and inside of the submarine. This is going to be really cool, and I can't wait to buy this and use it as my HQ. But as far as the trailer goes and all 50 seconds of amazingness that is inside of it, that is that kind of broken down. There's really not too much that y'all probably missed out on aside from just the initial excitement of watching this trailer, knowing that we are going to be going to our very first ever just map expansion and new location in Grand Theft Auto 5. But you know what's pretty crazy about this, and I'll save this mostly for another video, but this island and everything about it, the vehicles, the older ones, lines up perfectly with the GTA 6 Project America's leak. So could Rockstar be testing out part of the GTA 6 map like in South America in Grand Theft Auto Online like they've apparently done with a lot of vehicles? Well, it seems like that is pretty plausible at this point, and that's pretty crazy. But yeah, there's a few other things that I kind of want to talk about here at the beginning when reading from the Newswire. This will be the first ever solo heist that we can attempt to do solo in Grand Theft Auto Online, which is amazing. I know a lot of people, including myself, are fine with that. I'm a lone wolf player, and playing with randoms and trying to do heists is the reason that I've actually never completed a heist in Grand Theft Auto Online. I prefer to play more alone when it comes to that. So we're going to be able to do that alone. We're going to be able to buy the submarine, most likely use it as an HQ, and with that, it makes you wonder, well, is this something then that, you know, as far as the map goes, we can only access in the heist? Is this going to be a location that after you do that, you can't? And, well, Rockstar has a past of doing things like that. Nothing to this scale, but I doubt that. I'm just, like I mentioned in my video yesterday, really doubting that Rockstar would say, you know what, let's give the players what they want. A map expansion, but let's make it to where they can only go to it during this heist. That just seems pointless for Rockstar to even add in the new radio stations, to add in the areas to dance, and to even mention that. So if Rockstar wasn't going to do that, then, yeah, we probably just wouldn't be getting this heist at all. So only time will tell, but I'm fairly confident that that is the case. Now, as far as payouts and things like that, we don't know. We don't got a lot to go off of. We just know that on December 15th, we're going to be going to Cayo Perico for the winter. So until then, if y'all enjoy, please give the video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to, and let's go for 3,000 likes for the first ever GTA Online map expansion. Hopefully it's the first of many to come, especially with next gen coming very soon, or being already out, but GTA 5 coming for next gen. Anyways, thank y'all for tuning in. I'm Zach Cox. I love you all, and I hope to see y'all on the flip side.